Antenna, I'm Shadowscythe, and today we're going to be doing an on-the-spot review of Gera. Now, Gera is the newest Warframe added with the Plains of Eidolon update. You will get her blueprint upon completing the Saya's Vigil quest, and then the parts are a potential reward from bounties received by Khonzu in the in Cetus. Now, actually, before I actually launch the mission, let me give you the rundown of the stats, and I will give you guys fair warning. Usually when I do these on-the-spot reviews, it's usually a general thing where I've played around with them a little bit. I've actually gotten Gera up to 30 twice now, because I did put a Forma into her already and realized that I totally fucked it up. But here are her base stats. 125 armor, 150 energy, 100 health, and 100 shield. Now, Gera comes with the D polarity for the aura slot and 2 V polarities, making the use of Intensify, Primed Continuity, Transient Fortitude, Blind Rage, any combination amongst those 4 ridiculously easy, and then as you can see right now, I formed in another D polarity for Primed Vigor. Just because if you play her effectively, utilizing the full thing of her duration, then Primed Vigor is about all you're going to need for survivability. That, or either Redirection or Vitality, whatever really floats your boat. Because I will let you guys know from my experience with her, the combos between her abilities, she feels a little bit like... she has a mix of like 3 different Warframes playstyles, in my opinion. Like, to me, her 4th ability, I can't even remember what the fuck it's called right off the top of my head now. And I've been playing her for like the past 2 days. But you guys know what it does with the expanding glass wave that can stop any enemies it passes through after a few seconds, and then it blocks incoming projectiles. Well, it actually blocks incoming and outgoing projectiles. You can't shoot through it. And then you can shatter it by pressing her first, or by casting her first ability on it. But that part of her kit makes me feel. It reminds me a little bit of Frost. Whereas her third ability is a little bit kind of like Nyx's Chaos, just as a sort of single target instead of multi-target. With her first ability being like just the general projectile based of any real Warframe. And then her second ability actually reminds me a lot of Shadow Shield from Mesa. So hopefully I can, while doing this, I can just fire off her abilities really quick, give you guys the general rundown of like some synergy and whatnot, have a little bit of fun with it. I might try out some experimental builds with her too. One going more so for range and strength over duration. And then one going for duration over anything else. Alright. Let's get that going. Okay. Now with that, I've confused all 3 of them inside. As they shatter the mirrors, they will take damage. But we're gonna do that. Which apparently it also blinds, which is actually very useful. I don't have energy, so let me drop this.
Unfortunately for you, it is also known for its deadly security apparatus.
And I don't even have to do anything while this power is
Let's
active.
go on the offensive.
Because they just take damage. But the nice thing with her second ability is, while it does inflict damage to nearby enemies, any ally that comes in contact with it while it's active will also receive a damage reduction. Now, I will actually read over her abilities a little more in detail once we get out of here. Well, I'm actually not surprised that that didn't work. Or the fact that I just went the wrong way, like a total dumbass. As per usual.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, this is Warframe, and if I can't laugh at myself, I really shouldn't laugh at other people when they do something that would cause someone to laugh. Yes, I know, reach the door before it closes, blah blah blah. No. No, 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 no. Wow, that was a very slow ascent. Made it.
My, oh my, I think you found it.
Alright.
That's what we came here for.
Before we
Your job's
completely
done.
get out of here, let's look at the abilities really quick. Shattered Lash. Lash out a stream of shattered glass or hold for an arcing strike, as you just saw. Which, the quick cast will fire a solid glass projectile, however, it is more like a molten glass whip if you choose to hold it. 60 with my current mod, range of 16 meters, 1040 damage, and 0.75 radius. Splinter Storm, shattering her armor pieces into a maelstrom of shattered glass that slices enemies and impairs their weapons. Allies who contact the cloud are fortified against damage. With the equipped mods, 48 range, radius 4, 325 damage per second, 38.06 second duration, 0.9 damage reduction, and a damage multiplier of 1.45. Spectrage, trap enemies in a carousel of mirrors, forcing them to attack visions of their true selves. Destroyed mirrors damage their attackers, and as does the collapse of the carousel. Duration 38.6 seconds, number of mirrors 19, damage 1040, area damage 1950. And then Mass Vitrify. Create an expanding ring of molten glass that slowly crystallizes enemies who enter. When the expansion is complete, the ring hardens to block weapons fire. Using Shattered Lash will smash the ring and send razor-sharp glass flying outward. Kind of like how you can shatter a frost bubble by casting his first ability on it, but instead of you having to cast it from the outside, you can cast this from either way and it will still shatter outward. Duration 38.6 seconds, 3.2 radius, max radius 28.11. So as you can see right here, the 3.2 is actually going to be your starting radius. You can control the size of this, so to speak, by recasting before the initial duration for the expanding ring is finished. Drain per second, 1.21 energy, damage multiplier 1.65, effect duration 27.68, explosion range 12.8, and explosion damage 780. Passive ability, chance to create radial blind when exposed to bright light. So, like, the light effects being cast from some of her abilities, since most Warframe abilities have a light effect to them, those have a chance to create that radial blind, as well as just being exposed to any sort of bright light in general. Which, now that I think about it, we don't have an actual light-based Warframe yet. So if they ever released one, actually if they do release one, I kinda hope that they release it as a male Warframe. because then they just gave us another community-based ship that we could use with Gera. Because the two of those together would actually be a little broken, because it's a constant radial blind while not having to use an Excalibur and waste energy for that power. Anyway, now that that's all said and done, let's get the hell out of here. Because I'm sure you guys have just loved hearing me ramble and lose my train of thought and admit to the fact that I already fucked this video up a couple of times. But I mean, it is what it is. Those of you that have stuck with me so long know that I really just do this to have fun. Those of you that have stuck with me for so long, I do greatly thank all of you for that continued support, because it is just amazing to know that my videos actually make some sort of an impact on those of you that watch them. So, without further ado, if you guys like this video for whatever reason, hit that like button and subscribe. If not, check out some of the other videos on my channel. Something there might catch your fancy a little bit more than what this video did. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and player.me for all things related to Twitch, YouTube, and any sort of IRL derp that would be causing any sort of delay. And then as far as, well, before I get into that anymore, I will go ahead and tell you guys right now that I am a little bit more active on Twitter than I am on anything else. So that would definitely be the more ideal thing to follow me on. So with all that said and done, thanks again for all the continued support, guys. And until next time, Tenno, stick to the shadows.